The Tesla delivery results are in, and I'm absolutely electrified to talk about it. And oh my goodness, there is lots to talk about here. I cannot resist talking about it any longer. So I am Dr. Stock, Doctor of Education. Let's get right into it. You're welcome for all those puns, but trust me, the fun is just getting started. We're going to take a look to see at the delivery numbers that are here, and I'll talk with you about what I think about the earnings that are coming up and also some incredible technicals that you absolutely need to see on the charts, because I'll tell you what, Tesla, I don't know that it's done, and the deliveries today and the information that was packed in with it is only further convincing of the path that we're probably set on here for Tesla itself. So let me put up the deliveries here from their investor relations page. So 443,000, almost 444,000 vehicles delivered in the second quarter. And look at the production numbers. This is also important that it was only 410,000 produced, which means that they took some of those undelivered vehicles from previous quarters and put those deliveries in. And that's wonderful because that's something that does not drag on the net income margin that would be left with something where they produced more vehicles than they delivered, and then they have vehicles that are unsold. In this case, I think this is wonderful for filling out those margins. I think this is wonderful for the bottom line. I think that speaks very well for the earnings, and also something that you might miss if you only look at the table and you don't look up here to this sentence, that we deployed 9.4 gigawatt hours of energy storage products in Q2, the highest quarterly deployment yet. And that 9.4 gigawatt hours, that is over double. It's like 2.35x what it was during the last quarter. And that was some mental math there, so you can fact check me on that one. But here you go. Take a look at this. So this is looking up to the last quarter. And let me zoom in so we can really see some of the parts here. So when we look at the total deliveries per quarter, you can see that over last quarter, we have a broad excess right here. So 15 to 20% higher than what we were at last quarter. Wonderful. We did not break the all-time high, but we were up above what Q3 had. We did not beat the previous Q2 that was out there. So we're right in between the Q2 and the Q3 from last year. Did not take on Q4, but normally there's a bit of a push that goes into the fourth quarter as well. And so if that continues to be the case for this year, that could also be something very bullish. So we'll look to see what sort of guidance, if any, we get coming out of Tesla. Now, about the deployment, the storage deployment that we have here, we were under 4,000. And these are megawatt hours, so it's 3.8, almost 3.9 gigawatt hours. Last quarter, we were at 4.053 gigawatt hours, and now we're at 9.4 gigawatt hours, also something that can be very good for those margins. And so we're going to have to look and see what we get for that for earnings, but I do believe that this is going to be a great quarter, and I do think that we're going to see some expanding margins happening for Tesla. And now, mind you, there's something else that you might happen to miss. I saw this headline that Tesla China sales fell in June. Its Chinese rivals broke records. Now, about the rivals, that's excellent that they broke records. That shows demand is out there. But about sales falling in China, well, we just got strong delivery numbers coming out from Tesla. Not the strongest that they've ever had, but much stronger than we had the previous quarter. A significant beat from what we had there. And what Elon has come out repeatedly and said is a challenging market. Now, about the sales declining in China, not necessarily the best thing to hear, but what it does tell us, getting those strong numbers anyway, that actually reduces the China risk, which could actually be somewhat bullish anyway, especially if that is something that Tesla goes on to show, that they don't necessarily need that exposure to China all the time, which I think is either the largest or the second largest EV market that is out there. As a matter of fact, I think it is the largest. It's about half, and then the rest of the world is the other half. So that's something to consider when you consider that China risk that is out there, that Tesla is able to thrive anyway, in spite of sales falling in China. Like I said, that could be a bullish thing for the stock. It might be something that is otherwise missed. Now, I do need to bring you back to the quarterly update that we have for the production numbers, because I need to correct something that, as per TradingView, said July 17th was the earnings. When you look here, it actually says in today's press release, we have an official announcement that the earnings will be after the market closes on July 23rd. So it's after the market closed on Tuesday the 23rd, so 6 days after when I originally reported. When you look at the charts, you'll see that TradingView, I don't believe it has updated yet. I think they still have July 17th down. It'll likely be corrected sometime today. If not today, most likely tomorrow. So now, about those technicals that I was telling you about, I was posting to my stock groups about this, about the technicals that we have going on for Tesla and what exactly could play out from here. And you would not believe what's going on, or maybe you would if you really followed Tesla stocks. So I'm going to put that down and I'll bring up TradingView for you so that way you can see what we have going on for Tesla on the charts. And I'll tell you what, I think this is incredible and I'm very excited for what we have. And this is the first of 3 considerations that I think can really help the technicals to play out. So here's the Tesla chart. And what did we have happen yesterday? Well, yesterday we broke up above the 200-day. Today, we're getting a full candle. So far, I know it's early in the market, we're getting a full candle up above that 200-day. That is very bullish for Tesla stock as we look at this. So yeah, we're in overbought territory on the daily chart. If we go out to the weekly chart on this one, you can see we're in the bullish territory. And if we go out to the monthly chart on Tesla, today's price action, let's see where it puts us as per the RSI here. And it's actually not displaying, but give me just a moment here. I'll pop up a new window and we'll see if we can get those RSI numbers to display for us. TSLA, there we are. And let's open this up. That could actually be the issue there, that we're not seeing those numbers. All right, so we'll just have to ballpark it from what we have right here. So for Tesla, if we look at the monthly chart on this, monthly RSI, we've actually crossed up above 50. So any longer term bullish trend beginning on the monthly chart, and that is huge for Tesla. It is possible. So if I shrink this back down, it is possible that we finally break this years-long consolidation pattern that I've been talking about for a while now on my channel. So there's that line. We'll bring that down. We'll reset the chart view and you'll see it. That's the consolidation pattern and we are up near the top. We could get a rejection off this 50-month value that you see in here, this 50-month moving average and the top of the trend line. We are pushing right up against it, and this could be that time that we finally break through the top of that and really see some bullish behavior take off. And we can see that with what we see in the weekly chart with the momentum, and we can also see and the moving averages. The weekly, by the way, 230, we could see get some significant resistance, that high 220s to 230s. I've talked about that before. But the biggest thing on the daily chart is that the 50 is down below the 200. We could get that golden cross moment happening, which is highly bullish in the fact that we're up above, we're receiving positive news from the company, that this is a significant change for the company in a fundamental way. This could be that thing that finally pushes us up out of consolidation and shows us. And here I'm going to put out my price prediction like I did for NVIDIA with the $1,000 price target that we then hit. And then also I had a 125 and 150 that's out there. Now, mind you, the 125 and 150 are post split. And for NVIDIA pre-split was that 1,000. So now it would be equivalent to $100. So 2 of the 3 of those hit. We haven't seen the 150 yet, but we do have still about 12 months to get there. Now for Tesla itself, $300. I think that this is the thing that would allow us by the full self-driving day on August the 8th that we could come in and hit that $300 mark for Tesla. So 300, I don't know if you've seen this, but 300 is way up here. Now, mind you, we've had higher prices for Tesla, but that 300 was that time when we got a major turning point in Tesla stock price in somewhat recent history. So I'm going to put that out there, and I'm also going to put here, let's use some anchored text. There we go. Put my name on it, Dr. Stocks. And this is by August. I think that we could see this. $300 price prediction. And again, by August, I think that we could see that play out. That's assuming with that golden cross moment, that earnings come out incredibly positive, as I believe they will. We'll see if guidance holds out. Now, mind you, a major caveat to all of this is market weakness. That should the floor fall out of the market, that could be something detrimental to Tesla's price action, and it undermines this whole thing. Now, mind you, it doesn't necessarily undermine the fundamentals overall of Tesla, but it will affect the trading multiples, just as I've said for other companies like NVIDIA when I put my price predictions out there. But if the market can hold out through August, we could most definitely see that $300 price prediction come to fruition. So golden cross moment potentially coming up through earnings. I think that we're going to be in really good shape. Expect some sort of rejection to come off of this line up here for Tesla. That's a very long-term trend line, as you have seen. Maybe you saw it in the monthly chart. Let me go out to the monthly chart here, so that way you can see it. That trend line has existed all the way back to October or November of 2021 that started, and then it's been following along it ever since. So for the last 2.5 years, we've been forming that trend line for this consolidation pattern for Tesla. And so that can be significant resistance for us. We can find ourselves taking some profit, bouncing off of that a little bit before retesting resistance and pushing higher. So my thoughts for Tesla, for the delivery news that we got, also the energy deployment, and I think what this is going to translate to, revenue should be okay. Bottom line, with the margin that we see, should be where we start to get some of that expansion coming in for the net income margin, and that's something that I'm very excited about for Tesla. So we're going to have to watch and see when we get those earnings come out on Tuesday, July the 23rd, and like I said, we should see an update before too long in TradingView, which still says Wednesday the 17th. Here, I'll put it up on screen for you. And they do have the little approximate squiggle. So now that the official announcement has come out for that earnings date, now we know exactly when that's going to be. And I'll tell you what, I'm very excited about it. And that also could bring in some excitement with that full self-driving day. I bet you that is going to get absolutely hyped. And leading up to a Selva News event, by the way, most likely around that August the 8th mark. So guys, those are my thoughts, considerations on it. If you want to hear more of my commentary, talk to me, talk to my community members. I do have a stock group. The Patreon is listed down in the description. Click that, sign up, come on over to the Discord, talk with me, see my buys and sells, see my technical analyses for not only Tesla, but Nvidia and many other stocks that are out there and the other plays that I'm watching. And if you want to learn to do technical analysis like I do, you can find that link for the course down in the description as well. Click that, sign up. The information is well put together, easily digestible, and it can really bring power to your portfolio. Thank you guys for watching. I am Dr. Stock, Doctor of Education. Remember, my friends, that learning is earning, and we'll see you in the next video.